We have some good news for WWE. Actually, it's probably the best news for WWE and all of its fans. According to PW Insider, there is a belief within WWE that Vince McMahon is no longer involved with the creative end of things, and that Triple H has been basically knighted by Endeavor. And he's the one who is driving 99.9% of all creative going forward, not Vince McMahon. It kind of felt like there was a tug of war, and sometimes Vince will give his thoughts and they'll go with what Vince wants. But I'm told that week to week in the weeds, they're going with what Triple H wants. This is great news because ever since Vince McMahon returned to WWE backstage, the show felt different from last year when Triple H was running things. The second half of 2022 was great and things felt fresh and new talent were making a name for themselves. And then with McMahon back in his position of power, things felt different and weird. It felt like two different visions were clashing. Thankfully though, Endeavor finally sees that Triple H is the current creative genius and Vince McMahon is washed up. They have listened to the fans and put Triple H as the main man in charge, and that's great. If you need any proof that that's real, just watch any episode of WWE in the last couple of weeks. The show is definitely a Triple H book show. You got DIY closing Raw, Dragon Lee pin Austin Theory, and there were 16 different women booked last night on the episode of Raw. The game is back in charge. Hopefully things stay this way because I am interested to see what happens from now until WrestleMania 40 and how Hunter books WWE with full creative control. I got a feeling we might witness a generational WrestleMania. In other news, the NXT and AEW Tuesday Night War is in full effect. Both shows are going to have the first 30 minutes commercial free. AEW is also going to have an overrun. Dynamite will end at 10:10 p.m. To make things even more intense, AEW will be having a pre-show featuring Kingston versus Suzuki. Tony Khan is clearly pissed that WWE is going all out with John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Asuka, Paul Heyman, and even The Undertaker of all people, so he's fighting back. And there were even some hilarious tweets from this man. First, a fan said that they weren't watching AEW, and Khan replied saying that he does not give a fuck. Another user then talked about how Vince McMahon would have gotten completely roasted for doing something like this, which I completely agree. But then Khan replied saying it would be one of the least bad things he's allegedly done. This man has gone on a rampage right now, and I kind of love it. Hopefully WWE adds another big time match on NXT tonight to make things even spicier because I am here for all the drama. A new report actually just came out as I was editing this, so I gotta add this to it. A WWE source close to NXT this morning said tonight will be a very clear example of how and why WWE is WWE and why AEW has a long way to go. They discussed how they felt AEW had been lulled into a false sense of reality and that they were somehow an industry leader by continuing to be WWE's number 3 brand in viewership. Tonight is going to be a big day for wrestling. Like I said, I think there are going to be some surprises we see on NXT. Something tells me that Roman Reigns might be in the building. He might be making an appearance, and he might even team up with Braun Breaker to take on John Cena and Carmelo. Who knows? Maybe even Carmelo turns heel on John Cena. Whatever it is, tonight is going to be huge, and I cannot wait. According to a new report, there are major plans for Karrion, Kross, and Scarlett. When I first heard about this news, I said it was just bogus. It's just another rumor. But then when the news broke out that Triple H was in charge again fully, that's when I knew that this could be true, and I think it's actually going to happen. I honestly think he's a great character, so it should be interesting to see what happens. With Triple H fully in charge again, I expect to see him return to his NXT status, maybe even before that Adam Cole promo that buried the dude. And now let's talk about Monday Night Raw from last night. The show started off with a good Seth Rollins promo that led to his next challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is going to be Drew McIntyre. These two are set to face off at Crown Jewel for the belts. The match is going to be great. I already know it. I think we can all expect Drew McIntyre to turn heel at the pay-per-view. I believe it'll happen at Crown Jewel after giving Rollins all he has and still losing at the last second to maybe a roll-up or something of that nature. Drew is going to go crazy and finally turn heel. We might even see a cash-in then, because if you remember, last night he stopped Damian Priest from cashing in, and now he's not going to stop him. This time around, he's going to let him do it, which shows you that Drew McIntyre has gone fully heel. Kofi Kingston and Ivar then wrestled in an Extreme Rules match. These two put on a banger the last time they were in the ring. The same thing happened last night, this time with hardcore rules. It looks like Ivar might be getting a singles push, and I think that's a great thing to look forward to. JD and Damian Priest then had some backstage beef. If I had to bet, Priest wants to cash in soon or he's out of the Judgment Day because he's getting pissed off at everybody in that group. Ricochet then attacked Shinsuke Nakamura randomly. I guess not really randomly, but they had beef from a couple months ago. I guess Ricochet did not forget. Rhea Ripley remembered she was in the women's division, and then she beat up a few women before Shayna Baszler completely rocked her ass, and that set up a match for next week, which I think should be really good for the Monday Night Raw season premiere. We then got the Yeet Bros in the ring, and Michael Cole was roasting the hell out of Cody Rhodes for no reason. This tells me that Cody is coming for Roman Reigns. Sorry, Dwayne, you're not getting that main event. It's going to be Cody damn Rhodes. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens showed up, and they demanded a rematch for those belts because they never got one because the Judgment Day didn't care. And it looks like Kevin Owens is going to be turning heel soon. I think we can expect to see him and Sami Zayn feuding for WrestleMania 40. I can just feel it because Kevin Owens was just acting like an asshole the whole day yesterday. And you can just see these little nuances that shows you he's turning. We then got a great triple threat match with Chad Gable, Ricochet, and Bronson Reed. And honestly, Chad Gable might be one of my favorite things about wrestling right now. I love his character. His matches are always bangers, and I feel like I'm always rooting for the guy at the end of the day. I want to see him become the IC champion, but for now, Bronson Reed ended up winning the match though. Gunther and Reed are about to put on a banger next week for the IC title. I don't expect Bronson to win the title, but I do think it's going to be really good. Drew McIntyre beat JD in a quick match. I didn't expect anything else. I thought it was going to be more of a squash match, if anything, but that was fine. Becky Lynch defended her NXT title in a match with Tegan Nox, and she did win the match. And I'm not going to lie, though, I did not enjoy this at all. I feel like Becky had a much better match with Tiffany at No Mercy. This, however, just wasn't too fun. It honestly bored me, which is shocking because I do like Becky Lynch. And I also think that Tegan Nox is great, but this just didn't do it for me. And now the main event was Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. I thought the match was excellent. I'm even starting to love this random tag team pairing of Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. I am more than ready to see where the storyline goes. Cody and Jey retained. Cody Rhodes almost broke his neck though with the finisher. He's got to be careful, bro. You're in the main event of WrestleMania 40. Do not hurt yourself. That was a scary bump, but other than that, this Raw was very good. Hunter needs to keep this up because it's great. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.